One of the most engaged bits of content that I ever post on my Instagram story is about my vision board. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit more about how I make my vision board, what goes on it, and how it works for me. This is something that I believe in so deeply. I really believe in the powers of manifestation and visualization, and making a vision board is one really great way to visualize what you want in your life. This is something that I really think is appropriate for any person of any age, no matter what it is you want to call into your life. I think that having a visual representation and reminder is one of the most powerful ways to make that happen. So just as an example, I want to tell you about the vision board that I made this past January. So on my vision board from January, there were a few main categories. There was travel to Europe, somewhere near the Mediterranean. There was a role in which I play a very strong, powerful, physically fit character. There were a few beauty brands, including Armani and Space NK. And generally just like eating healthy. And by August, it was time to make a new vision board because all of those things came true. I was able to work with Armani, which is my favorite beauty brand in the world. I was offered a role, the lead role in a film, playing an absolute badass who was a professional with knives. The movie didn't end up getting made, but the fact that I was offered that role, I met with the director and really dove into what it would have taken to make that movie. For me, look, Hollywood is such a complicated industry. There are so many moving parts to getting a movie actually made that I don't see not doing that movie as like anything to do with me. It's just like a whole system that's much bigger than the actor. But the fact that I was approached about playing that role, for me, felt like I had called it into my reality. And so for me, that ticked that box too. And then, of course, Johnny and I went on the most amazing trip to Spain. We went to Madrid, Barcelona, Caracas, and Mallorca for the most amazing 10-day trip. We went to see our friends for a summer solstice party, which was absolutely the highlight of my year. And I got to take a dip in the Mediterranean, which was just so big for me. And then I have been eating a whole lot healthier and living a pretty healthy lifestyle this year. So from January to actually about July, all of those things had come true, and it was time to make a new vision board. So I did actually make a new vision board, but for the purposes of today's video, I'm gonna make a new one together with you. And I think that you can make these as often as you want. I think they're so powerful, especially if you have, changing desires. Just throw it up on a mood board and watch it come true in your life. So let's get started. The poster board, scissors and a glue stick, and some magazines. Now this is what you're gonna cut your imagery and your words from. I chose Vogue and Vanity Fair because they're my preferred fashion magazines. I would also grab like a Time or a Nat Geo or something that's a bit more, depending on who you are. Maybe you're into fitness and you're gonna grab like some fitness magazines. Hot tip, there are magazines for literally any category of interest you might be into. These just kind of probably pertain more to my interests. Yeah, so Vanity Fair is my favorite. I like Vogue. I prefer the Olivia Colman issue to the Taylor Swift issue, but it's the September issue, which is a lot bigger. So I grabbed that too. And get you a pooch. Just choose magazines that you feel might have imagery and words that are compatible with what you're looking to call into your life right now. So as I go through these magazines, there are gonna be a few things that I will be on the lookout for. These are gonna be way different than what you're on the lookout for, but here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a Tesla. I want a Tesla more than anything else right now. I spend so much time in the car. I do a lot of driving. LA is all driving, and for me, that driving should be done in a Tesla. And I don't have one yet, and I really want one. I'm also going to be looking for anything pertaining to South America. I've never been to South America, and I'd really like to go, particularly Brazil, but I also wouldn't mind going to, what's it called? Yeah, Machu Picchu would be fun, go like trek with the llamas, etc. But I also would love to check out some of the really amazing like eco-tourism and eco-hotels they have in like Ushuaia, Patagonia. Yeah, so that's on the list. I am also looking for anything that to me denotes taking more of a writer, director, producer role in creating content for film and television. I have a lot of ideas that I would like to start executing on in a more behind the scenes creator sort of a role. I love being in front of the camera too, and I have 18 years of experience doing that, but I want to start doing more behind the camera. So I'm looking for imagery that relates to that. And then I'll also just be looking for beauty brands that I want to work with. As many of you know, I am now a digital content creator as well. I do campaigns with brands all the time, and so I'm going to be on the lookout for brands that I've yet to work with but would like to establish a relationship with, and hopefully make those happen in the coming year. Okay, so I did pretty well finding some pretty inspirational stuff in the magazines, but I was not able to find some of the main things that I was looking to add to my vision board, so I had to go and Google them and print out the images. So this is representative of me taking a more behind the scenes approach to some aspects of film and TV. This is obviously Machu Picchu, Brazil, and my Tesla. Okay, so I've trimmed everything down and I'm starting to lay it out. I feel like I'm gonna have quite a bit of white space because I really only cut out the things that really spoke to me. There's not a lot of excess here. It's just things that really inspire me because I want to keep it pretty narrow, pretty focused on what I really want right now. And that's, for me, it's just really like a few main things, so. Okay, she's done. Ta-da! Wow, I like this one. Now, before walking you through what each of these things means to me, I just want to say that none of this means that I am in any way dissatisfied with my life, but I do believe that we can be the architects of our own reality, so why not infuse it with some very specific details of the way you'd like to see your life roll out. I kind of like to put things in sections, so loosely. So let's start with this section. This is the sort of career section, which obviously we know what this one stands for. Action, genius is born crazy. I think some people who know me really well might just say that I'm a little bit insane, hopefully in a good way. I'd love to work with Netflix more than anything. I included this gorgeous picture of J-Law because A, it's just so beautiful, but also she is really representative to me of someone who has done really well in film and TV. She can now play any role she chooses, from a Marvel superhero down to the grittiest indie films, and I'd love to be in that position myself. And she also does an amazing job representing some really great brands, such as Dior. Just some others that I'd like to work with. This is a bit of a cheat because I've already worked with them. But yeah, dream big, a star. Really love all of that. And then getting into some of the more material things section, I just really liked this rose. I thought it was pretty. Actually, that's like a peony, I think. Yeah, I saw a picture of this hanging chair, which I've been wanting one of those for a while. I think it's cute. A big ass diamond. My Tesla. Hi, baby. Now on to the more like health, wellness, travel, things like that. First of all, change the world. I think it's always important to keep in mind what you're doing to better the world as you move about your daily business, your career, you're interacting with other people. Also, meditation is something that I have been focusing on more lately and I want to include more and more of all the time. So I also put get mindful. Also, how incredible is this photo of this meditating baby? And then into the travel sector, I really liked just this photo. I thought the pink and green was really pretty. I'm not sure if this Duomo is in Milano or Firenze. Does anyone know? Let me know in the comments. Either way, it was just beautiful. I had to include it. Machu Picchu and Brazil. So there it is. That is my new vision board. So that is my completed vision board. I'm really happy with how this one came out and I can't wait to see what happens from here on out. I also want to know if you have ever made a vision board, how it worked out for you, or if you're going to make one for the first time. So let me know. The final step is just going to be displaying my vision board somewhere where I can see it every day. And another thing that does is it just reminds you of what your goals are. And I think on a more practical note, if you're not a person who really believes in like the metaphysical concept of drawing into your life what you want, or like the secret or manifestation, a more practical way of looking at it is just that if you see these reminders every day of what you want to call into your life, you are going to make micro decisions every second of every day that lead to that result. So practically, it just makes a lot of sense, keeps you on the same track, heading towards your goals. Thank you for watching, and if you make a vision board of your own, please share it with me. I would love to see it, so DM it to me on Instagram, or I don't know, can you send it on YouTube? I'm really not sure. I'm new to YouTube. Anyway, find a way to send it to me. I want to see it. And I hope you all have a lovely day.